That's a lie. So recently on SNL, or I don't even know if it was recently, they made fun of Conor McGregor, and the MMA Twitter world is super like pissed about it because I guess they don't understand the premise of SNL, how they make fun of people who are popular.
No, the thing is, those are stands that are getting mad because they don't want Conor McGregor made fun of. That's not the general MMA community. Those are people that are on Twitter, they live online, and they're mad about Conor getting mad.
But like MMA, I'm talking about MMA Twitter is mad about it.
That's what I'm saying. The people who compile. Here's the thing: the people that compile MMA Twitter, for the most part, are people who are way too. If you're a part of any community and it's Twitter behind it, like the NBA, like you're part of the NBA Twitter community, you probably spend way too much time thinking about what you're going to say online and responding to people. It's like, it's just not a good way to live. It's not productive. And you end up saying, getting mad about stupid shit, and you're dumb.
Yeah. Okay. Because, like, they're mad. And the funny thing is, like, oh, like, this is a poor impersonation, or they're not. Basically, they're mad they're not putting him in a positive light. When it's like, that's not what the show's about. Like, that's
and
not,
also, even if he was the best
LeBron.
Even if he was the best person in the world, they still make fun of the worst aspects of his life, and he gives them a lot to work with. He's punching old men. Okay, he's getting in fights with Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly weighs about as much as my left leg when it's wet. Okay, that's about how much he weighs. How he's having sex with Megan Fox, I don't know. Maybe she really does have some insecurities about the way she looks. I saw something about that. I don't know, other than her thumb, what's she insecure about? Like, when I'm naked, my toes look weird. Like, shut up. You are beautiful. Everything about you. And you're going to sit here.
Most Megan Fox,
like, shut up.
You know, she's all right. You know, she's nothing, like, special.
No, I'm just saying, like.
But I'm saying, like, most dudes.
From a regular standpoint, you look at Megan Fox, and then you look at someone who has real optically challenged features on their body, right? To where you look at them and they're not eye candy. They're the opposite.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she looks like to a lot of
fair
people,
skin, dark hair,
lot of men, that's like a dream. To a lot of dudes, they look at Megan Fox and go, oh my God, she's so amazing. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're never going to be sure.
Maybe she could be insecure because she doesn't have any ass cheeks, but that's fine. I mean, that's not everybody has, cake back there. Some people's got to, sell other stuff. Not everybody can be, in the cake business. You need regular bread, too. Flatbreads. Flatbreads are important. You need to work flatbreads in your diet, Some people love flatbreads more than they like cake. Some people will eat fucking flatbreads.
There's something for everybody, folks.
Yeah, some people like flatbread sandwiches more than they like regular sandwiches,
Speaking of bakeries and businesses, I don't know, do you notice, like, signs that are, like, just fucked up? Like, it'll be like a sign, and it'll like, the lights just go out on it, like the neon signs or whatever. Like, it basically happens every business, and, like,
you'll see neon signs,
Yeah, like, any neon signs or any lights, like, they just don't fix them. How hard can it really be to fix?
Well, during the daytime, it's not broken, so they don't care. Half the time, it's not broken, so it's not worth it.
Yeah, but it's
more than half the time, it works.
But even some of them, I've seen a lot of, like, memes and pictures and shit of, like, signs that, like, whenever the lights are not on, they spell, like, something that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
And it seems like those would be the ones you could fix. Like,
look, back in the day, I could see them having a need to fix stuff, but now it's like, that's free advertising. Someone's going to make that a meme, and then they're going to do their internet sleuthing to figure out where it is, and then maybe a certain percentage of those people that are around there are going to go and have lunch there just because it's on the meme. You know what I'm saying? So, like, in today's day and age, it's probably a benefit.
Yeah, people love to make fun of shit.
And if it's a good enough meme, then that percentage of people that will actually convert into customers probably gets higher and shit. Like, you could probably have it's way more of a benefit today, probably, unless it's just something like, fuck all Jews or something like that. Like, if it's something like terrible, maybe that won't work. But if it's something like, I don't know, it spells out something like,
you go to
big old dick or something like that.
Yeah,
like, that'd be funny.
You go to a gun store and it's called Dickerson's Gunland, and the lights are out and it just says Dickland. The lights are out.
Dicker Lane.
Dickerland. That would be unfortunate. See, that's some shit that I wouldn't want to have on my business. Like, if it's like, I don't know what would spell it out, but like, if you had a sign and all the lights are out, and it would just
even
like,
Dick Lane isn't
eat
that
my
bad.
Dick.
Even Dick Lane isn't that bad. That'd be funny.
Well, Dick Land.
Now, if it said, Cum Street, that'd be a problem.
Yeah. I don't know.
Some people
I don't
think
know
it's
what your
hilarious.
business-
Some people will be like, "Yo, that's fucking hilarious."
I don't know what your business would have to be for it to be named Cum Street or anything of the sort.
I'm just saying things that spell. I'm not doing all the
Yeah.
work to figure out the letters that need to be there.
No, we're going to go ahead and start doing that now. That's going to be the rest of this episode. We're just going to be basically.
No, we gotta think about what to talk about. Okay, so what happened? Did we talk about where?
Well, we can basically talk about that shit show that was a card last night, and
Well, I
how
mean,
the main
the last
event-
fight was. I watched it again. The last fight was better than. The last fight was better than what I thought it was gonna. Like what I don't know. I was drinking and also I was like just kind of not paying attention. But,
Yeah,
I mean, it was good. It was a good fight.
It was just Vittori punching Costa in the face, but like it's just it wasn't like there was nothing really like exciting or special. Like it was just
high output.
It just happened,
and it wasn't super because Vittori is so boring when he fucking fights. He's fucking boring.
Of all fighter faces, he has the worst. He looks like
He looks like Hitman's little brother, who they wanted him to be a hitman, but they were like, honestly, you're kind of dumb and you're kind of good at you're good at wrestling and stuff. We're gonna have you be a fighter, and you can do that. That'll be how you represent the family because you're not smart enough to be a hitman. You keep letting people know where you are.
The family.
Keep getting mad. Okay, you could just be a UFC fighter.
He looks like a donkey who ran 50 fucking miles, bro. Like he looks. Everyone has a dumb fight face, you know. It's what happens. You know, you're throwing punches, you're exerting a lot of energy. A lot of times, his punches are going ah. So you know, you make some dumb faces, but he takes a fucking cake, dog. He's number one, worst fight face in MMA, in boxing, in all sports. Every sport you could think of, he has the worst fight face.
Hey, well, I think that you were talking about his face a little too much. He's sponsored by Dolce & Gabbana, all right? Don't be worried about
That's
his
cool.
face.
I mean, hopefully he smells good.
I don't think they just make fragrance. I think they make clothes.
Oh, sure. You know, I'm sure they do, but I'm not really like 100% like concerned with all of his sponsorships and stuff. Only thing I'm really concerned with.
Oh, how convenient! You're not concerned about something that you don't know. You know what, Andrew? Honestly,
I don't want to hear about his fucking sponsorships.
Honestly, Andrew, sponsors are what make the man. And
he's basically a bitch.
And that's why I want to thank my sponsor. Okay, my sponsor. Are you ready?
I guess if I have to be. We're waiting.
Shouldn't you want to be? Shouldn't you want to be ready? Isn't ready a word you'd want to be, regardless of the situation? When you want to, well, no matter what, like what situation would you not want to be ready?
I'm pretty sure I can always hear words and be ready for them.
You don't want to assume that because then life's going to show you how much of a bitch you are. I've learned that. Okay, don't tell the world what.
You know what I mean? He's gonna, it's gonna be what it is. You know?
No, it's not. It's gonna be what you choose.
It's gonna be what it is.
If you humble yourself now, maybe you won't experience that.
It's gonna be what it is. It'll never be what it isn't.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
That's the biggest way to say nothing. Because what it is you get to pick what it is in most situations.
Exactly. So it's like, once something happens, it's like, what are you gonna?
No, but that's the thing.
Unless you can immediately change it, what are you gonna do about it? So you just got to accept it and move forward and figure out what you're gonna do.
No, you remember that it's your fucking fault why that happened. You remember the day you said that shit and then it happens a week or a month later. Like, man, honestly, bro, I feel like I might have been. You got to be honest with yourself. Yeah, it is what it is, but it's that way because you just fucking said the shit.
No, but like I'm just talking about just in general, like in situations, like
No, that's what I'm saying. Man.
Like someone walks up to you.
I'm talking about this. You always want to say in general whenever you don't have anything to say.
Someone walks up to you and they punch you in the knee, and then they just sprint off, but they run like fast, like Usain Bolt. Like, what are you gonna do about that? You didn't even see their face. You didn't have even shoes that they were wearing.
You probably had some irrational fear or someone assaulting you, and you not be able to do anything. So what happened to you?
Or you can pull out a gun and shoot them. I mean, either you're gonna accept it or you're gonna shoot them. That's pretty much what you do in that situation. And once you make,
I know that no one's got the balls to fucking come up to me and fucking assault me. So it's never happened to this day.
Well, I don't, yeah. I mean, it's kind of a rare thing that someone would just run up to a random person and punch them in the knee.
No, it's not.
Usually,
punch in the knee, yeah, but assault someone, no, that happens every day.
That's why I specifically said punch in the knee. Yeah, I was going to say, it's more likely someone will punch you in the head or just straight up shoot you.
Have fun not walking. They're gonna fucking hit you with it. Quick left to your fucking thigh, your knee. Quick left.
Yeah, and that's basically going to be what you're going to have to deal with. if you want to walk in the street.
So my sponsor is Conor McGregor's titanium shin bone. It actually has its own. Dude, we should make a fucking Instagram for Conor's titanium shin bone and see if it. Oh my god, that'd be so. We need to do that.
And just post pictures just really low to the ground, like
oh, yeah, this is a beautiful view. Yeah, and then like put like loafers, like really expensive loafers in the thing, like yeah.
And dude, hopefully Conor McGregor will sue us. So he'll know
no,
who we are.
No, he won't sue us. He's not. I feel like Conor's, even though he's a dick, like in his happenings, I feel like one-on-one, as long as you're not sitting there trying to like pull his leg or trying like, not literally pull his leg, but if you're not jerking him around, wasting his time, like he'll sit there and he might talk to you.
Conor McGregor and just walking up to him and just trying to pull his leg. Imagine how fucked up you'd get, how quick. Like, oh, you trying to go for a single leg, huh? Just get bopped with his left hand. He goes on the ground. He goes in convulsions.
He goes switch left, jumps on one leg and kicks you in the face. No, oh my god! I think like I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah. I feel like
cool with him and stuff.
He's like him. Okay, so him, Colby Covington are two people that people think are like assholes. I feel like if you were alone with them, like say they didn't have shit to do. They're just sitting in a hotel lobby. You walk up to them. They literally have shit to do. They will fucking be cool and talk to you. There's some stupid-ass kids outside. I don't know why the fuck they
It sounds like a fucking wolf.
Yeah, it probably is a little wolf kid. He's probably preying on the other kids.
But yeah, Colby Covington, he seems like he's only aggressive to other fighters, which is pretty much what you should do, because those are the people you're going to be fighting. And
but like, man, dude, Dustin Poirier is a dumbass. Dude. Dustin Poirier got on Conor's bad side, and I don't understand. Like, how. I just don't get it.
Your wife's
like, I just think that he shouldn't have said shit about the fucking money or whatever the complication was. It should have all been behind the scenes, like, that's stupid. Because then he gave all that money to fucking Boys and Girls Club of Acadiana.
Yeah.
Didn't even know they still had Boys and Girls Club. Thought that was a 90s thing. Had no idea.
That shit happens.
So maybe it's because they live in the past. They have things that are in the past.
Yeah, I went to Louisiana last week, and when I came back, I felt like I was missing a day. Like, I felt like I was a day. I felt like I was a day behind. Or it's like
that's just because you were in New Iberia.
Not missing a day. No, I was barely even there. I was like half Broussard, half like there in Lafayette. But like, yeah, dude. Like, I came back from Louisiana and I was like, dude. Like, I don't know what happened, but I feel like
maybe you should have caught another quick left.
I feel like I lost a day, and at the same time, I was a day behind. I couldn't. I was off a day for like the next 3 days when I got back.
Let's talk about this gun stuff. Everybody's getting all mad. Everybody's getting all mad at the people that have guns here in Texas because they made that law or whatever. Now they think it's unsafe and everyone's all scared and everyone's acting crazy on the roads and people are getting shot. This dude got shot in the face.
Drive safe. Don't
got shot in the face off of a road rage incident. Drove into a fucking storefront, dead as shit.
Yep. See, this is why people have to,
No, that's why you encourage people that make sense.
You gotta drive your fucking cars right so you don't get shot.
Look, here's the thing.
You drive safe and make the right decisions. You don't get shot.
I think it's easier to. Is that supposed to represent like the closer they get to the equator, the hotter they are?
I think that's like random color pattern because I thought so too, but no, because like the equator.
Well, I mean, if the Earth is round. And you wrap that around something, those are still, I don't know, fuck it, never mind.
It could be. I'm not stupid. Sure.
And that map isn't real. Where's Alaska? Fuck them. All right, so that's not Alaska.
It is.
Alaska's not connected to shit, dude.
Yeah,
it's just floating. Sometimes it's by Brazil, sometimes it's by, like, the Gulf of Mexico. Alaska's ambiguous. That's why it's like we don't really claim it, and they don't really claim us, because it's everywhere.
I don't support that.
Hey, what if, like... I guess it is happening to a degree, but like, what if there was literally an island that just like went with the currents? Like, it didn't have like that's whatever island, whatever name it was. I don't know.
Sabasku.
G738. That's island G738 because we can't actually give it a name because we can't claim it. So we call it G738. They call it the land with no address.
Like they call it Mystery Island.
Like, imagine getting mail. Oh my god, like mail would be.
I don't think you need mail living
No,
there.
I mean it. Okay, well, if you weren't from there and you moved there, you would undoubtedly need mail.
I don't think anyone would move to a moving island
Well,
unless they accepted the fact that they're not going to be getting mail. Because they don't know where it's going to be when you need it. They're going to have to just send, like, teams out there to, like, just survey the areas where the island's been. Like,
No, well, okay, obviously, if people are living on there, they obviously have satellite, GPS, functioning, plumbing. They have a society. I'm not saying I would move to somewhere with no fucking Wi-Fi signal. Like, no. Okay, that's not what it is.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, delivering mail, that'd be a bitch.
Would it? Or could you just check the fucking signal and then, okay, well, they're going over there, and by 6:30 when we're going to have the mail, they're going to be by Brazil, so just fucking airdrop that shit on there, and then they can do whatever they got to do.
It'd be better if they launched it from a cannon from the main.
Airdrop is safer because it can just land in a field, and you don't have to deal. You don't really have to aim. You just drop it.
I don't like any Apple products, so I mean, airdrop's not for me.
Actually, you do like Apple products. You just don't use them.
No, I've never used an Apple.
Well, anyway, what are we going to talk about?
Guns are
I don't
fine.
know.
You know, guns are fine as long as you're not fucking up.
What else is happening in the world?
A lot of things are going on right now.
Like what? But what's going on that matters? Okay, so the Astros in the World Series, obviously, H-Town, all the way to fuck down. All right, H-Town. Just had to mention that. Wear my dirty old Astros hat that I've had for less than a year, I think, probably. It's, like, really fucked up, though. Because, like, I wear it everywhere. Because the last one got fucked up, so I had to buy another one.
If the Astros don't win at all, I will kill myself on live TV.
That's not funny. That's not funny. And what live TV? Who the fuck's putting you on TV? Hey, do you have a lighter so I can light this candle?
There should be a lighter.
I didn't ask you where it was. I asked if you had one. You live here.
It wouldn't be in this room.
You know what's crazy is, though? Because this is the room it should be. There should be a lighter.
I have one in here earlier, but I left the room with it.
Well, anyway, what else can we talk about? What else is going on? It just seems like there's nothing. Oh, yeah, so like I said, Astros World Series, right? Bitch-ass Boston Red Sox thought that they were going to come in here and win more than 2 games. That was pretty sad to see.
Yeah,
Our pitching.
I don't really believe.
You know what? You don't really like baseball, so don't fucking front, all right?
I do like baseball.
You like the Blue
really
Jays. You like the Blue Jays.
No fucking Blue
That's
Jays.
what you like, yeah.
Birds, you mean?
And George Springer left, and guess what? He's on the Blue Jays. And guess what? Now he's sitting watching the World Series when he could be playing. Enjoy that money sitting at home with your annoying-ass kids and your wife. You know you'd rather be playing baseball right now than sitting at home with your annoying-ass family. There's a reason why you became an athlete. You're not a family man. You don't want to be sitting around the house for months just staring at the TV, waiting to go work out so you don't have to be around your kids. They all smell like cheese. you know it's annoying.
Yeah, bro. I know you're listening to this shit.
And you went to Canada.
We
you know how fucking cold.
Listen to every episode.
Did he know how cold it was in Canada? He's brown. I bet you. Like, what the fuck? I would never. I would visit. I would love to visit British Columbia. I would love to, but I'm not gonna live there unless I absolutely have a reason. Like I'm talking like.
I mean, I guess that was his reason.
No, but that's the thing. No, that's the thing. That's not a reason. You choose that because money only means what you want it to mean. And yes, it may be a lot, and yes, it may be life changing, but whatever Houston could have offered him would have still been great if that was an option. I don't know the intricacies, but chances are
maybe he fucking loves Canada.
Chances are, taking less, you're still a millionaire. So what are you really complaining about? I
love
how these
athletes are greedy. They want more.
I love how these athletes act like they only want that amount because the guy who's doing just as good as them is getting that amount. That's the only reason why they even care about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, well, if fucking,
it's an alpha thing.
Yeah, if fucking what's his name got a 4-year extension for $60 million, then I should at least be able to get $80 million because my stats are so many points higher than him or whatever. Like, it's like it's only because you just want to, which is a really shitty way of living. If you think about it, like they only base their worth on what the market has given someone that has done what they've done. They don't even look at themselves. Like, not saying that you deserve more or less, but like that's their basis to determine.
They don't look and see like how much do I need? How much should I be comfortable with? Or like how much do I provide to this organization? Like as far as ticket sales. And
there's dudes that got $100 million contracts, $80 million contracts, and they don't even play for the team that gave them the fucking contract. They don't even fucking play for the like. Oh, yeah, well, the next 4 years, he's going to be a key piece. Next fucking offseason, he's gone because somebody else became available or they were able to draft.
Or because someone else's market raised up, and so 4 of the 5 of the people's markets raised up, so they use them to get somebody else. You know, like it's all just chess moves. You know,
It's
like,
super simple. I wish that athletes weren't like that because that's how these kids, bro. Like, I mean, for a little while, I thought like the material stuff and all that stuff. Like, I went and when I got my fucking refund check from college when I was 21, I went and I bought like a pair of Jordans. I went and bought a watch. I went and bought some like hats and some clothes and shit. Like, just because I felt like I was supposed to spend money on that shit because I didn't have like. I didn't have fucked up shit, but I didn't have Jordans. Like I didn't have, I didn't have a nice watch. So I went, I bought that shit, and it's like looking back, and I'm like, I wasted my money on shit that I don't even need. I don't need clothes. Some people need nice clothes to look good. I don't need fucking nice clothes to look good. I can go to Old Navy and put on a pair of jeans and a shirt. Hell, I could even fuck around and buy some fucking shoes from Old Navy, and I'll be fine. I could probably get a day any day of the week I want. I'll save the designer shit for people that need it. But like, some people, man, they put so much. They put so much on. Oh shit. They put so much on it, bro. Like it's just like what you're wearing shouldn't determine every single factor of your happiness. Yeah, looking good's part of it, but you should also have other things in mind.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you see people who have a lot of money, and it's like you see someone like some of these fucking rappers, like. It's like, I don't even, because of the shit they wear, I don't even want designer clothes. That shit is just fucking disgusting. Like, I see some of the shit they wear, and they'll have like a fucking all gold jacket. You locked it, nigga. Yeah, you did. They'll have like a all gold jacket with like some purple and blue pants on, but it's like, oh yeah, it's all designer, you know, like it's all designer. This fit cost me fucking $2,500 per piece, like, you know, it's like that shit's ugly. I can't imagine like spending money on shit like that. It looks so terrible. And then you got other people that have money, like, you know, you can imagine Dave Chappelle is fucking rich.
And Dave Chappelle dresses terrible. He dresses terrible.
But he hasn't. But the clothes he wears. But I'm saying, he just
unlike
the regular shit. Unlike the regular shit he wears, I like a jacket, a t-shirt, and some jeans. But it's a good jacket. It's a good quality jacket. It's a good quality t-shirt and some jeans. They're not gonna rip for the rest of his life probably. And it didn't cost him $1,500 per piece of clothing to get it.
And he's married to an Asian woman too, so that also lets you know his mindset. Because a lot of Asian people, even if they have nice things because they can well afford them.
Yeah,
but if they can't well afford them, they buy the things that are practical to buy, that are functional, get their bang for their buck. Like, you can't marry or be involved with an Asian woman who's actually an Asian woman, and have any other lifestyle. You're not going to be spending money on stupid shit.
And they'll have the same clothes for 20 years, and it'll look the same as when they first bought it. I don't know how. I don't know how they do that.
These new wave Asians, though, seem to be really, I don't know. I don't want to, like, I'm not racist. I feel like people are all racist. Look, man,
black, you know,
younger Asians, the younger Asians seem different than the older Asians. Like, they seem more, like, into their personal appearance as far as, like, being unique, like their hair and stuff like that. And, like, I feel like Asians are almost like sub-black people.
I was about to say, like, a lot of, like, Asian girls now, like, kind of, like, they're starting to kind of dress and kind of emulate like black women,
but they don't don't like black people, and I've had that experience personally.
That's not like
a lot
new,
of Asian people don't like black people.
A lot of like hairstyles and stuff, like, and a lot of hairstyles and style in general, like, just a lot of stuff is kind of like women.
They have that a lot of black women. They have that thing, and I think it was in Japan. This dude, he went and he got like they curled his hair up a lot. And to where, like, and they held it there so it would get that texture. Then they undid it and they combed it all down so it looked like he had waves. So he went from straight Asian hair, right? He had like a taper fade, an Asian taper fade, right, with straight hair. And then they fucking curled the shit and gave him black guy waves.
They cut it down to have waves, or what?
They basically they took like every few inches they got up the hair and they curled it up. They got these twisties and they left it in there for so long. I don't know. I couldn't remember all of it, but I know they twisted it up. Let it down, then they pushed it down, and then they brushed it out, and then they cut it, and it looked like black guy waves.
Wow!
Like, because that's what waves are, curls that are laid down. That's what waves are. So it's like you have everyone that has curly hair. If you brush it enough, and you wear a do-rag, you can probably have waves.
It's your hair just laying down, waved. Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, a lot of that stuff just comes from. I mean, it comes from black people in general. You know, it's like that's just the the style people want to emulate, but
all
they
the
kind of want to
sleek,
make
all
it their
the
own.
sleek black stuff, all the like, kind of like, almost like the style of their shoes, their pants, everything. Everything everyone does is what black people do. I'm tired of people acting like that's not what it is. Like,
black culture is culture, and black history is American history.
I see these white boys like, look, white boys should be talking way more proper than I am. And that's not the case. What they see on TV and the women these little girls they want to fuck, they want niggas who act like they're black.
That's
they want
why.
That's
why we have island boys.
No,
fuck niggas.
Well, honestly, I feel like more people are making fun of them, and Dave Portnoy was making that more possible. But there are some dumbasses who really do think that they're talented, and that's sad. But I feel like they're the majority. Hopefully, could be wrong.
I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, pretty much any white dude that it's like cool, like even if they're not like trying to steal the culture, like they're not trying to steal the culture or anything like that, whatever. Just like they just kind of, it comes from black people. Like it's
because they don't feel cool doing and saying the things that they do, and it's like that's almost why like being in Louisiana as long as I was there. And being around these dudes that were I was in the guard with, like, some of them were really cool, but, like, they didn't really understand, like, the shit that you do is what black people do. Like, oh, no, cuz, oh, hell no, yeah, homie, all that shit. That's not you, nigga. Your parents don't talk like that. And when you were young, chances are if they did talk like that, it's because they was friends with niggas or they was around niggas. Like, you don't talk like that. You might be from a place that
create a whole.
There's
so many people that create a dialect.
And even if your parents do talk like that, where the fuck do you live? Where the fuck are you from? Who in the fuck do you hang out with? Do you think if you hang out with Chad, Billy, and Dalton that you would be talking like that? No. And if Chad, Billy, and Dalton do talk like that, who the fuck were they hanging out with? Like, you're not gonna. The chain doesn't end. Like, you're not gonna find the original.
You can't just be black
reason for
your
the original reason. For your vernacular is not going to be some buttoned-up white guy who, my language is influenced by buttoned-up white people and niggas. That's why I speak the way I speak. It's pretty evident. So it's like, I can't say that that's anything but true. It's like, but other people are like, oh, man, well, I'm from the hood, man. There was blacks, Mexicans. We all talk like this. Like, okay, well, if you were not from there, you wouldn't speak like that. So what I'm saying, you're not being true to yourself.
You are influenced by someone else's culture.
You're a product of your society, which is fine, but there were niggas that became pillheads where in the neighborhood we grew up in. Those little white kids, black, whatever. There are people that ended up selling drugs. There are people that ended up dying. I know a dude that got shot. Like, we're a product of our society. We're products too. None of that shit's happening to us. Why are you choosing to talk like an invalid? You can't be understood. You're stupid. You look dumb. You're getting yourself.
Because those people who
you're getting yourself set up looking a fool.
They choose it. And they want to do that. A lot of people they'll grow up in areas where it's like they have an alright area. Like I know a dude who did a drive-by, in like a few blocks away from where we were, our parents live, whatever.
Yeah, drive-bys don't happen where we live. That's just not a thing.
And like it's like he's a white dude who went to like a public school. Who lived, it was a nice neighborhood. Like we grew up in an all right place. Like it wasn't top of the line. It wasn't bottom of the barrel. Like it was all right. It was decent. Like and like these dudes they just come up and they just want to. All these white dudes like they want to emulate black culture. But they want to just look at all the negative shit. They think that I'm hard. I'm gonna dress a certain way and talk tough and be tough. And I'm black now. Like
you know what black culture is? You know what black culture is? Malcolm X. Black culture is Marcus Garvey.
And the people who
black
do
culture
end up in those situations where they're shooting people and they're gang affiliated, like that's all they know around them. There's no better option. If they had a better option, they would choose that. But they end up in those situations.
Yeah, I hate when people talk about like, okay, so obviously race was a really big thing the last couple of years in the media, bigger than it's ever been. I feel like even now, people that still engage in it choose to because it's so played out that people are numb to it. Kind of like Russell Westbrook getting triple doubles. They're just numb to it. Certain people don't even want to talk about it. But like I would talk about this to the same two white guys. We were boys. It was cool and everything. But when I would go to drill, we'd always talk about the latest thing or something that's come up. And their whole thing was that, like, why is it that, like, they're marching the streets, destroying the town, looking for respect when they don't respect themselves. Like black on black crime is a way bigger problem than police which I thought, even if that is a valid argument, that's not the right way to look at it. That's not, your whole culture wasn't stripped from you, and then once you were freed, you had Jim Crow, segregation, and all these other laws, greenlining, to put you in a situation where you had to live in this fucked up little part off the highway because they wanted to pass you up on their way to work. Yeah. They didn't want to live with you. They wanted to live to where they could drive past you, so they put you by the fucking freeway just outside the main part of the city where all the executives and people who run the city, officials, they thought about themselves.
Like a lot of black people's families started in poverty, while other white people's families had been past that point in their family's history and been lived through generations, and they know who their father, great-grandfathers, all that. So they have an established family history and established financial history. So they, they're literally like having a head start. Like, it's literally, there's not any bullshit behind that.
And the thing is, the most interesting part of all of this, and I feel like I realized this after I stopped because like they went on deployment and like I didn't go because I was getting out in a few months. So like we haven't talked about anything in a long time, and I realized this in between now and that time we haven't talked. But like they almost view it like black people have all these problems, and to a degree, it's not our fault because we're so far removed from slavery and segregation and all that stuff, right? But they are poor or, in the lower tax bracket, like me, right? As a single man, I probably don't make I don't make probably more than, I think that my biggest paying year was like $30K. Biggest paying year. For a single man, that's more than enough. I don't have kids. I don't have anything. It's not that big a deal. I could be better with my money. I could do other things, but like, I'm good, right? That's it. I'm not rich. They view me as a peasant. All those single white males that are just like me, all those families that are just like the black people they don't respect, they view you the same fucking way. They don't like you. You're a part of the problem. There are more white people on welfare, but that's because there are more white people. There are more.
That's just facts.
But the thing is, though, even percentage-wise, there are more white people. If you would just percentage, just look at if you were to even
percentage is not total numbers.
If you were to give like, and what I mean is, and there are videos and articles that have explained this. I'm not going to sit here and claim that I know everything because I'm not a shill. I'm not about to dance and just go research shit for the sake of talking. I believe what I believe already. Like, I'm going to just be real. If you were to give the black people the same amount of numbers and take the white people's number, like say it's five, just for the sake, say there's 5,000 people in the whole country that are white, that are on welfare. Say there's not that many black people, but say there's 5,000. You just take that number, 5,000.
Yeah.
There's going to be a higher percentage of white people that are on welfare and receiving benefits than black people. You just take 5,000 random ones. There's going to be more white people.
Yeah, that's facts.
And those white people that are elite and the ones that are the 1%ers or whatever, like, honestly, there's more people part of the 1% because that's actually a global thing. There's more people, but like if you talk about the elites of the United States and the people that view us as like, they view all of us the same. The Mexicans, the blacks, the Asians, whatever, doesn't matter what race you are. If you're poor, they view you in the same light. It's just worse for blacks because they don't have any respect for blacks. I can't go and figure out where my family started. Yeah. You can. You can go figure out if you're related to Abraham Lincoln or Queen Elizabeth or some shit. Like, we can't go figure that shit out at all.
And people who have that don't realize how important that is.
Yeah, you can go figure out what heart disease comes from in your family. You can go figure out what cancers or whatever. Like, there's a part of my shit, it just stops. And it stops in the 19-somethings. You know how fucked up that is? Yeah. Like, no, y'all don't specifically owe anybody anything, but the universe gives back what the fuck you give it. Like, and there's going to be friction. And if you don't, it's going to be friction, and white people are going to feel attacked and all this other bullshit until people are honest about the situation in America. There's a lot of groups of people that were ostracized when they came to the United States. Irish people, there was a fucking embargo on fucking I don't even know the word. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But there was a fucking ban on fucking Asian people coming into the country after Pearl Harbor and shit like that. Even though there's speculation, and most speculation in this fashion, I've found that whatever I found convinced me is true. They knew about Pearl Harbor. They knew that shit was coming. Yeah. And it's like they did that with World War I. They sent some passenger fucking ship into fucking enemy waters wanting to start a conflict because war is beneficial. Even back then, war brings in money. You can tax more, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know all the intricacies. But war is profitable because now the military has money to make and do the things and develop the weapons and all that stuff that they want to do. They can figure out whatever the fuck they want to figure out with the American taxpayer's dollar as long as they're in a conflict. And we have planes and it's invisible. They can't see the planes.
In such a perfect way, and they've done all the perfect propaganda and advertising to where everyone wants to and needs to, like, fund the military, love the military, respect
Sons
the military.
And daughters dead. All the way back to the inception of this country, there are people who have died for this country unnecessarily to give us the freedom to pick what we want to do. And the number one problem in America right now is people trying to make other people believe what they believe. It's not American.
And suppressing freedom.
It's not American for you to go and tell somebody they have to vote. And if you think that is American, you're uneducated. They didn't die for us to fucking have a reverse dictatorship to where we just get forced into doing the things that we should be doing. No. We get to pick whatever. If I want to take a gun and point at somebody and kill them, I can do that. Guess what? I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to have a trial. I'm going to get what's coming to me. If I don't vote and I want to bitch about society, don't be that person's friend. Don't talk to them. Whenever they complain about something, remind them that they don't vote. It's your right to, the same way they pick not to vote.
And make it a game. If anyone has any shit to say to you, just say, listen, bitch, I'm a veteran. I serve my country.
Well, no, that's the thing. I vote sometimes. Like, I'll do some local stuff because I've always had, for some reason, my voter registration card never went out. Like, I still got one to the house. It's still at mom and dad's house. I got a new one. Like, so I've done some local stuff because I feel like, might as well. Even though it doesn't, I feel like none of it matters.
I don't think I ever registered to vote in Texas. I'm just going to keep it that way.
Well, no, you should because you pay taxes and stuff like that. You want to be registered to vote. Just do that.
But jury duty.
Well, that's the thing, though. If they call you from Louisiana, you want to drive the fuck over there, bro? No, they will call you if you don't go and get off it. You better register in Texas. It's way more convenient.
No, I think I think it expired or something.
It doesn't expire. It's going to stay. Listen, I didn't redo shit. In fact, I registered to vote in Louisiana. I never re-registered in Texas, and I still got put on jury duty when I came back. They keep that for you. Have to almost go. I think you have to go once you change your ID. That's when it goes away because I never changed my ID.
Well, my ID is in Texas. I have a Texas ID as at mom and dad's house. Yeah, so I live there.
Yeah, you should be good then. You should be fine. But I mean, that's the thing. If you
because they might have automated because whenever
did you already vote? Did you vote for president while you live in Texas or no?
No.
You never voted?
I voted in Louisiana.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. Check it. If you didn't get it changes colors. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes yellow, whatever. I
feel like they probably automatically switched.
They don't. You have to tell them
because
you have to tell them. I think you have to tell them. You're probably just not registered to vote.
I'll figure it out.
You're probably just not registered to vote.
That's better than being registered to vote. Because
yeah, I feel like this is my premise, and people can disagree, but there's a lot of dumb people out here that believe all the same thing. So just temper your response. I don't think voting matters because, especially the higher you go up, the president does control things, but there's certain things the president doesn't even know. There's people that work in the fucking Secret Service that maybe work with multiple presidents, or people that work in the CIA or whatever other secret. We don't even know how many secret government agencies there are, right? They know more than the president does. There are certain things they just flat out won't tell the president, or if they tell them, he's not allowed to tell anybody. But there's things that like the president does not get told. Like he doesn't deal with certain issues. He may be aware to a degree, but he doesn't know everything. And I think that's super suspicious. I feel like the fact that that's out in the open.
That's the thing about, it's out in the open, everyone knows it. Like, that's why people think, president's the puppet and stuff like that, That's why that's going around, because, that's pretty much what it is. I mean,
you know what?
There are organizations that have been around for decades that we've just figured out or exist within this past decade or two. So that's, and that's what we found out about.
And that stuff that's happening with Edward Snowden, about how basically they just want him in jail for treason. It's like, what he told everyone, right? Don't you think you would just, maybe public opinion doesn't matter because they don't sell, I guess, directly, the NSA doesn't sell a product, but I think that like a lot
data.
of
It's informational data.
no, but what I'm saying is that's what I'm saying. They don't outright sell a product, so they don't care about public opinion, maybe. But at the same time,
That's
like
true.
at the same time, it's like it's almost like the people who make it to the top of society, to where you would even be in a program or in a position to create that program. They don't like have any morality. Forget like I'm not going to say they don't believe in God, because there are people who believe in God that don't have any morality. They don't have any sense of what would benefit them from a moral standpoint, like doing good. Like their eggs are all in the basket. Like they've sold their souls in a sense. Like they know they've done so much evil that they can't be touched.
And to get back,
because they're like protected, or I don't know.
To get to that point, you have to get to like you have to basically. You have to throw all that shit away. Like, you have to basically make your number one priority what you want. You have to become a completely selfish narcissist to get to that point, to where you can have that much power and control.
I feel like it's very unnecessary to have that.
You have to be morally bankrupt to do what you've done, and then get upset when someone exposes you on it, and then want them dead.
Yeah, I would
completely morally bankrupt.
I would never in my life ever want to get to the point to where, even if I got like, say like, our podcast runs for fucking 5 years, and after that 5 years, or 2 years, after that 2 years, we get offered a Spotify deal or some shit, right? Just say.
I want that Joe Rogan deal. Or they kiss my nuts.
Hey, here's the thing. I wouldn't even care. If they gave me $100 million right now as a person, honestly, I would probably not even use it all. Because I would feel egregious for having it.
I'd be done.
I would feel egregious for. I would probably give away, not like half of it, but a lot of it. I know, like taxes, you got to be smart, save your money, but like I would do as much as I could to where I didn't feel egregious and just filthy for having that much money. Because there's no reason on earth for anyone to have $100 million at once.
Like, you'd have to sit down.
There's no reason.
You have to take a day to like sit down and like collect and just be like, all right, what am I gonna fucking?
Like, I would set up some investment stuff. I would set up some investment stuff for my personal, like if I had kids, my family. But I would also set up investment stuff to try to help out people, because I would feel disgusting. I feel like that's when you get away from your humanity and who you are as a person. $100 million is just like, oh. But I mean, there's certain parts of you that, if you sit and think about it, you don't feel right.
So straight up, how much do you think? Like, if you think about it just for like a second, how much do you think you'd keep? Like, how much do you think if you got $100 million tax free? That's what it was. Whatever, doesn't matter what situation. You got $100 million. How much do you think you would just say straight up? This is what I'm going to live on, and this is what I'm going to either build with or give back with.
Well, I know for a fact I would live on probably less than $500,000 a year. That would just be me, because I feel like I said, I'd feel disgusting even having like.
So you'd hold like, I don't know.
So I would probably live under $500,000, but that's still saying a lot. You know how many people could live on $500,000? Like, and like that's a lot of money. Like, that's not even like even then. But it's like
$500,000's a lot.
But then
it's
money.
Like I don't think that I don't think that I have the desires for a lifestyle as luxurious for $500,000 a year.
Like I wouldn't even. Yeah, I would. The only way I would spend that is if like I literally just made bad decisions, which I know myself, and I know that I will probably make some decisions that I would regret. But if I had $100 million legitimately, I know it was going to be a lot easier. I have a lot more wiggle room to stop myself and be like, all right, let's go ahead and, I'm saying, like, so that's the worst case scenario.
Like,
but I would feel bad.
How much would you just say, fuck it, I'm putting this up, like this is going to the side, like this is just straight up, I'm taking this 10 or 20, whatever, I'm taking it, I'm throwing it in the bank, I'm throwing it somewhere.
Wow, I'll probably take at least probably like a third of it, and I would use that to set up accounts so they could grow, and I can use them for various things. One of them maybe being personal, family, whatever, like emergency funds, something like that. Like, just don't touch it unless you absolutely have to. It's an emergency, blah, blah. You can take it from this money so you know where it went, keep track of it, right? Then the other ones would be specifically to help things and causes. And it's like, I would definitely vet where my money would go. I'm not just giving my fucking money away. Like, I'm going to go there. I'm going to see what's up. And if it doesn't fucking smell right.
I think the best thing to do if you were to give money to anything, because charities, They spend
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, charities spend most of their money on marketing.
I'll spend money and I'll change.
Have to just go to a place. And
I would spend money. I would spend money and I would change someone's life and employ them. Because if they're online or if they're online in any capacity, you can go and maybe even find people who are passionate about a cause that you would want fixed or someone to work on, even if it's on a small scale. I would go, and if I had that much money, I could afford to pay them something that would change their lives, something reasonable, change their lives, not worry about money, get them whatever they needed to be comfortable in life, and they would be able to assist me in that adventure. And because if $100 million, that's a lot. Like, that's a lot. And like, you saw me wearing that Calvin Klein shirt yesterday. Like, it felt great. It was nice. I just found it somewhere. I don't even fucking know where I got it from. And like, it's great and all, but it's like, I don't care. Like, it's like not something I even thought about. Like, I was wiping my hands all over it. Like, I didn't give a shit. Like, I just like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. It's nice. Like, if I go somewhere, like, I'm not gonna look like a fool. If I got a woman with me and she's wearing designer stuff, I'm probably going to wear it if I can afford it. That's going to be what it is. But I'm not going to, like, that's not my everyday life. Like
if I had it my way, like, I like, graphic shirts, like, they're usually pretty comfortable.
Hell, I might make my own brand, and I might make it luxurious, but it's going to be affordable. And if I do sell it, it's going to be something that's not going to cost an arm and a leg. Like, hell, $25 for a shirt is modest these days. All these dudes online trying to get you to fucking buy everything for $45, $50. They want $90 for a hoodie. Like, bitch, I don't need
T-shirts should be $20. Hoodies should be $40.
I'll pay $25 for a fucking shirt. I will. That's fine. Or even $29. If I like it, I'll pay $29.
I got this shirt for like $14.
Anything over $30 is too much.
I've had this shirt since I was 18. I'm 25 now.
Yeah, I just feel like there's like people like I'm kind of seeing a trend. I'm hoping that people are starting to realize like a lot of stuff online is fake. And, like, I feel like if Jake Paul was a little older, he wouldn't have made it because, well, no, because his audience, even to this day, is super little kids. It's super, super little kids. All the shit he does on YouTube is just stupid. Like, I can't even stand. I've tried to watch him to understand. Like, I understand it. I just can't get. Like, he's smart. He really is. But I could never give myself up to where people hated me on a large scale so I can be rich and do what I want. Everywhere you go, you're going to hear pieces. I know he hears shit everywhere he goes. People are pussy, but people will scream from a distance. I know. Yeah. How long do you want, like, how long you want to live life like that?
Before you fight, you have to register your hands as weapons before you take any professional fight.
No, you don't.
That's a myth. No, it's not.
I think it's just because you have a license to fight. If you get into a fight and you were found to be an instigator, you face different charges than them because you have to get a license.
Either way, like you have
that
to,
license
you
makes
you have to get your hands registered as a weapon so that.
Where did you look that up, or did someone tell you that?
I've heard it from boxers directly. I've heard like
I didn't think it was like that. I heard somebody say that just because you get a license to fight, that basically that is your. That's your license, so to speak.
Well, I mean, whatever it is, they could have done it recently. Because I mean, the people I've talked to, they were like, I heard a couple on interviews and podcasts, and they were like OG fighters, like Willie D used to be a fighter. He used to be a boxer. He was like legit, and like there's some other Jones and like
he
Mike
played
Tyson
for the
and stuff.
You remember James Johnson played for the Miami Heat? I think they traded him, and I can't remember where he plays now, but he's an MMA fighter. He's 4-0.
Oh wow,
pro.
Wow.
Local scene, I guess, wherever the fuck I don't know where he's from. But yeah, he's like, because he would talk shit and people would be like, yo, like, no, don't. Like, and like you would see his teammates going, yo, no.
Because they knew he was fighting. They knew he was fighting.
Yeah, you learn shit about your teammates. Like, yo, don't do that. Hey, man.
Like, you just hanging out. I mean, what do you do for fun? Oh, yeah, I like to practice MMA. I do all of it.
I'm 4-0. Wait, you got a record? Wait a second.
Well, he was fighting while he was in the NBA?
I think that maybe it was in his young life. Maybe he did both sports. And I have no idea what the development is, but apparently it's something that he still did. I don't know when his last fight was, but presumably if you were signing an NBA contract, you cannot go and do that. So I think that's something that happened.
Yeah, that'd be 100% conflict of interest.
He might have been.
But back to Jake Paul. Yeah, he had. You gotta have if your license is mixed in with the registry, whatever it is. If you get in a fight in the streets, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
People are gonna scream at him and shit.
Yeah, I don't think that would ever happen. Even if he wasn't a fighter, just the fact that people disliked him because of his antics on YouTube. It's like little kids thought it was funny because they thought it was real. and they thought it was
and
like
they're little kids. They don't understand the real life yet. So they don't understand how he's just being a fucking asshole.
Like I saw, like there's this guy named Derek Van Shake, and he like does body language analysis, and he did one.
Yeah, you showed me him before. I subscribed him because you.
And he was doing something on Jake Paul, like just how the way he speaks, like the way he speaks in interviews, stuff like that. And like, I don't know if it was his video or another one that I saw that was maybe roughly on the same topic, but like, he did this prank where he was on a 4-wheeler and like these people were chilling on a hill, and he goes up the hill and he jumps them or like jumps really close to them, not like a clean jump over them. But like it was close enough to where like if he was off,
I've seen that,
if he would have fucked up, that could have been bad, you know.
Yeah, because those are really close to someone's foot.
And the girl got up and she's like, "Yo, what the fuck? You didn't say you were gonna. You said you were gonna stop. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, why did you do that?" And like he was like laughing and shit, like playing it off. And I don't know if they, I don't know if they showed the whole confrontation.
Dude, those boys are so lucky.
But like, I mean, Logan's shaped up to be almost a respectable person. They just use sex stuff to get clicks. Because they talk about it a lot, and I feel like that's like annoying. If that's what your life is, and you're open like that to talk about sex,
they're
cool. But
they're cut from the same cloth in their brothers. So it's
yeah. But Logan, I feel like I could have a meal with Logan and talk to him.
But if Logan,
but Jake, I could probably never hang out with him for a second.
It's like I feel like it's like if anything, you know, see any brothers doing anything, you know, it's like if you were doing what Jake Paul was doing, like Logan Paul, like you have to be like. They have to be okay with that for the money.
Oh, did you hear that Jake Paul? I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's.
I don't fuck with either of them.
Did you? Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like, I know people that brothers, right? I'm cool with one brother, but the other brother's a fucking dickhead. Like Trey, I talked to Trey. Remember Shark Bite Trey? Yeah. I talked to him recently just because I bugged the fuck out of him and he picked up the phone. I guess when you have kids, you can't answer the fucking phone. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Whatever is what it is, right? Text. But either way, here's the thing. So we were talking on the phone. He was like, "Yeah, man, your brother still weird as shit." And it was like, he probably say some shit that pissed me off. Like, and he like laughed like it was a joke. Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, if you say some stupid shit and he doesn't agree, he's not going to sit there and just ham it up with you unless he knows that you might fight him. Like, he'll be like, he's gonna
stupid shit. I don't like what he said.
Like, I mean, you know, it was just personality clash. It wasn't like." You know, there was genuine like, oh, you know, I hate this nigga. I just want to like.
We were never friends. We never had to be friends. We were work associates.
But I mean, I went over there to Humble like a couple of times. We smoked and shit. We chilled. Like me and Trey, we got
like y'all were friends. Like I wasn't really friends with him. I didn't like him. You can tolerate him more. I don't know. You know, I just think like you have more toleration for those dumpy ass niggas. You know.
No, I mean he's not. But that's the thing though. He's like I don't know. He's just a regular dude. I mean he's not. To me, there's nothing.
Like, he just really gets offended over shit, and I just feel like he's just too sensitive for the shit he says. Like, he says, like, weird-ass, stupid shit, and, like, he just gets really, like, offended. Like, over, like, really weird shit, and it's just, like, I don't know. You don't be so sensitive. Like, you can choose what you want to respond to.
Well, yeah, that was a long time ago, you know, when we associated with each other, like, 2013. So, I mean, I talked to him, you know, he's got kids now and shit.
I'm
on
a big shit now, you know. That nigga's name's not even in my mouth. Like, it only is because of you. So, I mean, I don't even worry about it.
Anyway. And he's white, just a note. He's actually a white guy, so Andrew's over here being racist.
We're doing fucking big shit, okay?
Yeah, I got a lot of big, like I feel like Roger and Family Guy. We got a lot of big stuff going. I got a lot of big stuff. I'm the decider.
I'm the fucking decider in this motherfucker. All right. No. You got big shit going.
No, you want to be humble. I'm definitely want to be humble, but I
look
want
at us one day and they be like, "Damn, what the fuck? I know those fucking guys. They're gonna remember us. They're gonna remember us, and they're not gonna."
I remember the day
they're gonna remember when they didn't remember us.
Hey, I remember the day that I was at Lone Star, and we were doing the shows and stuff like that. And remember Brian Smith?
Yeah.
So you knew him at that point, but I didn't. And so he was like,
he was the one who got us the shows with John.
Yeah, I was running because I think I was late to do something. No, I wasn't late, but I was walking to my car. That's when I had the Sebring. And so I was walking to my car, and this guy started yelling, alternate dreams. I was like, no way. You know, I was like, I felt cool for a second, right? Then I turned around and I was like, hey, what's up, man? He goes, oh, dude, like, are you Andrew's brother? And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, yeah, man, I'm the dude who introduced you to John and blah, blah. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, okay, so, yeah, he's not a random person. Like, all right, this is not as cool as I thought it was.
He started recognizing you, though.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, but that's the thing, though. But, like, he didn't recognize me because he was at the show and he just happened to go to Lone Star. Yeah. He just recognized me because he's the whole reason why we even had a show. Yeah. So he, like, probably knew and went to my page and looked at my page, too, and knew who I looked like and saw the shit, like, pictures of us together, whatever. Like, and he probably was at the show and saw me, right? Yeah. So, might have even met him. I just didn't remember, like, because I was high as fuck. Like, that first time we did, I regret being high, but because I forgot lyrics. But it was only for a second. Like, forgetting lyrics pissed me off to the point to where it snapped me out of my high. And then I was like, I was good. I was like, actually, that wasn't even the first time. I was super surprised. That wasn't even the first one. That was the one that was the day before my birthday. When my phone got stolen. No. That was Thanksgiving.
Was that the one in Acadian?
Yeah, Acadian, or whatever it was. Acadia. Yeah, Acadia. Yeah. That was like the Halloween themed one or whatever.
Everyone fucked with us that night, dude.
Bro, that was fun, man. I would love to do. I mean, I don't really care about being famous. I just want to make money, but I would love to do that again, just because it was fun. But like, I don't know. I don't want to force anything, but it was fun.
It was a very much simpler, pure time before I learned about the music industry.
I definitely regret leaving Houston for that period of time. It was necessary, but I definitely regret that it had to happen. But I mean,
it was necessary. It definitely necessary.
Yeah, it's just I feel like the music should stop because like I feel like maybe people might have started to know who we were. You know, I feel like it would have been cool. You know,
music is super fucking fake. The whole industry is super fucking fake, and it's just like. It's so full of rotten swine trash.
Yeah, but I'll play the game if I can be like Logic and just make subpar music and then make money and not really fuck with anybody. Because like if you think about it, Logic really isn't on a whole bunch of other people's shit. There was a time where he had a few features here and there, but Logic really don't fuck with anybody. He makes his money. Now he's gonna come back and make some more music.
But there was
there was this I would do that. Like I don't give a fuck about these niggas at all.
Dude, there is something to be said about Logic, J. Cole, Wale, Kid Cudi. All these people who came out during this 2009 to 2012 era, like people were like in this moment.
And Logic was one of the youngest ones in that era.
Yeah, for sure.
Him and Kendrick.
Kendrick too.
Kendrick was a little older.
Yeah, Kendrick's mid-20s, mid-early 20s.
But Logic was so young. I feel like
there was this little pocket where people really cared about rap. Like Casey Veggies too.
Hey, no, that's the thing. I don't think people. I don't think that's what it was. I don't think it was people who care about rap. I feel like they were on the grind for so long because if you look from the release date of J. Cole's first mixtape, Logic's first mixtape, and the release of their first album, they had to grind. So Logic grinded so much that he went on before other labels, even Def Jam, wanted to give him a chance. He funded his own overseas. Yeah. Most people need a record deal to get there. They had to those specific guys. Even Casey Veggie stopped because he's a dumbass, I guess. But like they built their fan base.
He came back.
Yeah, but
Casey came back hard, and he's really respectable now. He's looked at. He's on the cusp of being a West Coast legend.
Here's the thing, though. I haven't heard any of his new shit. I'll go listen to it. But
check out his last two releases.
I follow him, and I haven't heard any of his shit.
No, check out Organic. His recent album, and then Customized Greatly 4.
But yeah, back to what I was saying.
Casey came back hard.
Like J. Cole, like. He came to Houston, I think, before he was even signed, and I didn't even know. I wouldn't even fucking went. Probably like 2010 or something like that. Yeah. Then he came back in 2011. That was my first concert. I was 18 when I went. It was fucking best fucking concert, the second best concert I've ever been to. And I was on my feet for like 9 hours. Number one was the other J. Cole one, for Born Sinner, the What Dreams May Come tour. Yeah. Like the y'all didn't want to come with me, even though I offered to buy your ticket, and you said no, and I offered to buy John's ticket, and he said no. Because we had gone to see Kid Cudi that Tuesday. And it was
I don't know what I was on.
It was at the same spot. Marissa? I'm joking but anyway. But yeah, no.
Oh, was I out of town?
No, you were just on that shit, talking to the girl. I mean, I don't blame you. I probably would have done the same shit. But for J. Cole, I would have told that bitch to wait.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I was
you
on.
Weren't, like, I was a big J. Cole fan.
I was a big J. Cole fan.
I feel like you were a bigger Drake fan at the time. I feel like. I don't know. I couldn't be remembering wrong.
I was like, he was Kendrick. I was Kendrick, Mickey, Casey, Travis Scott. Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I met that girl. She was cool. I think I still have her number, but we don't really talk all that much because, I don't know, just how the way things go. But yeah, it was cool, man.
Things change.
Yeah, it was cool as fuck. Like, met that girl. She was cool, for a little while until she started acting all weird. And then it was fucking weird, dude.
I think my best concert was either the first or second time I saw Logic. I don't know which one. And then Kyle.
Yeah, Logic shows were special because that was the first show I had been.
You were with us at Kyle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw Kyle. Dude, Kyle was.
And
that was right before Kyle fell the fuck off.
And Skizzy Mars too. Skizzy Mars was. It was good. He wasn't good live, but I enjoyed and I enjoyed discovering Preload. I still listen to Preload to this day.
No,
I still listen to Preload and then all the new shit they made with Skizzy Mars was good, and Preload had some other stuff that's good.
Bar company that was with us. I think that it was very cool to meet Skizzy.
Wait, what do you mean, bar?
The one with Skiz.
Oh, yeah.
The Skiz concert.
Well,
I think Kyle was.
It's just an X. They were good at the time, and they're good in that time, and so just remember it fondly. Don't think of it negatively.
No, I'm just saying it was good meeting Skiz. That's what I'm saying. I really enjoyed meeting Skiz, talking to him, smoking.
I wish I would have got a picture with him. I just took the pictures. I think I was high as fuck at the time. I just didn't think about it. Didn't think about it. Did we go see Skizzy once or twice?
We saw him
once, right? Yeah, we saw him once, I think. Oh, no, we saw him again we first saw him at the Logic concert. That's why I'm thinking twice.
Yeah.
He was wearing that sweater, and we were like, why the fuck is he wearing that sweater? It's hot as fuck in here.
That was the Red Balloon tour where he was wearing a sweater.
No. He was for the
wore a sweater twice, I guess.
No, for the opening for Logic, he came out in that striped sweater. You remember?
Yeah.
And he was wearing that sweater, but then he was wearing some button down shit, and he ended up taking it off his shirt at the Red Balloon tour.
I remember why I barely remember that set because I fucking recorded the whole goddamn thing.
I wasn't really with that. I put my phone down halfway through. I was fucking.
I went to the Logic tour. I went to the Logic to see Skizzy and Quest.
Hey,
now Silver Liqueur.
Hey,
and I became a fan of Logic that night.
that Jake, what? Oh, you went for Skizzy?
I went for Skizzy and Quest.
So you weren't even listening to Logic like that?
I listened to
I went for Logic. I mean, Quest was
songs,
cool, but he should have
You and Jonathan loved
he should have stayed Quest, okay? I don't know what I don't fuck with any of it.
Listen, I respect Quest. I respect Q, and he has a.
I like them better with the fade and the fucking part.
He has a deadly pen, and he was the inspiration that got me back rapping. Really, honestly, but what's it called? What was I gonna say? Basically,
you went for you became a Logic fan that night.
Yeah, I went for him. But basically, the songs that y'all would play songs and stuff. But there were some songs I kind of knew because y'all played them. That I was like, this is all right, But Numbers really made me a fan.
One thing I've noticed is when I went back, because I go back from time to time and listen to Logic stuff. As his projects went on, he had a higher percentage of the track was of the album was listenable, but his earlier stuff, a lot of the stuff was just not made for it's almost like he specifically made songs for girls to see how it would go, and as he refined his style, he figured out how to make songs that everyone liked, so where he didn't because literally half of one of his mixtapes is hard rap shit, Biggie samples, and shit like that, just hard East Coast type shit, just real fucking gritty shit.
And
then the other half is some bubblegum weird, real emotional. Some of it's good rapping, but the whole premise as a whole makes the song annoying as fuck or whatever. He learned how to stop doing that, and I feel that shows his progression. So it's not talking shit; it's just what it is. But because that there are people who like those songs. Those are people that like that. I forgot which one it was. But the whole second half is just emotional and talking about his mother and stuff. That's cool and everything. It's good rapping and I can appreciate it, but I'm not going back to listen to that. I can feel bad on my own. I don't want to feel bad.
There are songs you hear once and you hear them, you know what they are, you appreciate them, and you just don't go back to them. Sometimes every now and then, every few years, you might hear it and you listen to it, but like Nicki, for example.
Nicki who? Minaj?
No, the song Nicki by Logic.
Oh, yeah.
It's a cool song. It's nice, cool premise, whatever. But it's okay, you made a song about cigarettes.
I felt so dumb when I didn't know that what he was talking about. When he was when I was actually on Twitter and he would be posting shit who is Nicki? This, that.
Yeah.
The whole thing was trending, whatever, blah, blah. And it's I felt so dumb. Really? It's nicotine? How the fuck? How stupid am I? He's been talking about when he releases his first album, he's going to quit smoking. Obviously, this is some shit I should have fucking
Dude,
put
I remember
together.
before he released his album, they had that picture of smoking a cigarette. That was my profile picture for like a month, dude. I was like, oh shit, dude, like what the drop.
Yeah, I don't put other men as my profile picture.
I've
outgrown
put whatever
that.
I was fucking with as my profile picture on Facebook. But I don't use
I've
Facebook
never seen
anymore.
big titties as your profile picture. I know you fucks with them 24/7. 24/7. There's no way that you could ever. No, appropriate.
It's not appropriate for Facebook.
Facebook.
I never just.
They don't have to be naked titties.
I don't just. I would never.
They could be your girlfriend's titties. I mean, look.
I'm not gonna do that.
She might even look. Hey, nowadays she might even be offended. Like, hey, could I just get a really sweet picture of your cleavage for my profile picture? Like, oh my god, yeah, yes. No. She might be like totally into it.
No.
Yeah, like some girls know, but some girls, yeah, you know, you never know till you ask. No. Like, look, hey, there's no way I would have known without asking. Okay, cool. I mean, all right, so can I just get a good picture of your butt? Just like maybe bend over a little bit.
It's been over 5 years, I know.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. Okay, no one ever stops evolving.
I know that I wouldn't even do that. So that's where it stops.
If I've got a girl with
there's
sweet,
a pipeline has to go through for it to become a thing, and the pipeline stops wherever it starts.
I'm not commenting on anyone's rack or parts or anything, but if I had a girl with sweet whatever, man, I'd be trying to get her in every picture, man. Fuck it, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not just gonna make a picture of tits as my profile picture. In any way, shape, or form. Whether I was a single man posting a porn star's tits, or whether I was just posting a random pair of tits I saw online. That's not me. That's not what I'm gonna do.
Hey man, you said you were going to post whatever you fuck with. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what
I didn't say that I would do that. You said that you.
It was.
Well, you didn't say this, but you were pretty non-specific. You were pretty vague. If I do say so much, pretty vague.
There's a clarification, motherfucker. There's a clarification.
I don't think I've ever had sex with someone who is a mother. Actually, no way. I guess no, yeah, no.
Yeah, maybe
no,
yeah, huh?
No.
Yeah?
No.
You sure?
Well, I guess yeah.
You sure?
But no.
You sure?
Look, there's a lot in between, like having there's a lot in between, like being fully clothed and having sex. There's a lot in between there. So I don't know what
That's
like there was a girl that I dated, and she was like,
there was a girl. That's why I never believe sex is an accident.
There was a girl I dated, and like I mean. You know what I'm talking about. She wasn't here for that long, or whatever. And I didn't try to have sex with her, but like we had gotten past the point where we had kissed or whatever, blah blah. And like all I did was slide my hand, whatever. And then she was like, obviously like no, so I was like, all right, whatever. And then she had made a comment about it, like because I think I tried twice or whatever, like 2 separate occasions or whatever. And I was like, all right, I'm not trying, right? And so she was like, yeah, like you were like, I just didn't like. The only thing that I didn't like that you were trying to have sex with me, and I was like, I wasn't trying to have sex with you. Like I don't remember what I said in the moment, but I feel like I said something along the lines of like, there's a lot of stuff in between, like being fully clothed, having to like you don't have to like. I would never like want you to be like, oh, once you're naked, I'm getting in you. Like that's a terrible life to live. To know that like there's some people who enjoy the stuff that leads up to sex almost just as much as sex itself. Like there's a lot that leads up to it. Like. You can come without anybody being inside you. You know this. You're almost 20. You know this. Like, don't act stupid. Like, the fuck are you talking about? But like, no, like I mean, in that moment, I didn't say that shit. Like, I wasn't harsh like that. That's not the way to be. But like, I just didn't try. Obviously that. Like, and it's like, it's not even important to me. Like, I feel like if you have sex with somebody, it should be. You like them. Like, I can't be out here just giving my dick to all these bitches because then I'm gonna get all emotional and attached.
And that's the reason.
And niggas are always in a rut, and they're like, they wonder why you can't be fucking these bitches that don't love you, bro.
That's why a lot of women be wanting to call you back and text you back, or try to get back in touch with you after they've kicked you
every
to the side.
Single one of them.
Because
even if it's to call me to say some stupid shit or whatever, like they have the need to like, I need to put you back in my life. Like they just want the drama. They want that possibility of me being around.
Basically, like they, it's
well,
whatever.
Look, if Marissa calls you back, just tell her to call me.
That's long past.
Just tell, I know, because I'm just saying. You never know. It's not like y'all are still young. You never know. She could do some acid one day and wake up and be like, look, honestly, just call my brother.
Just call my brother. Here's his number.
Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad for you, but it's just you just don't associate with me.
Kind of looks like me.
And she's 10 now.
Hey, but yeah, like, God, you got me off my goddamn train of thought. I don't know what the fuck I was saying.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's called being high.
You know, I had words I was saying. But now they're
You were
gone.
saying that's why bitches always want to call me back a year later or whatever because they know that I'm not like that nigga who you are dating who just wanted to fuck you 2 or 3 times. Like they choose.
That happened to me as well.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Let me get it before I lose it.
Yeah. Here's the here's the thing.
Go ahead then.
I don't want that. I don't want to just have sex with you just for the sake I say that I did it because one, here's the thing. Sex isn't that hard to get and it's not that hard to do if you're halfway decent in shape. A lot of people aren't, so they have to get ready for it and they have to go running and stuff like that and they feel bad. They don't want to have sex. That's not the case with me. I'm in shape 24/7 every day to have sex. Not hard to do.
A lot of dudes are a lot harsher. You know, they're gonna force themselves on you and stuff. So
yeah, like I'm not like if someone. I've never had a one night stand. Even the closest thing I got to it, it was just foreplay and oral. That's it. Like it didn't get to that because I just couldn't bring myself to. Like it just wasn't what. It's not in my being. Like it's just not what happens. I view myself.
It's not safe.
I know. Here's the thing. I value myself right more. So I'm not giving myself to these bitches who get 26 dicks a year. I'm not trying to fuck them. That's not my life. I'm not trying to be because then what if I fuck around and I end up liking that shit and like the girl I meet, the one I marry, the one who I fall in love with for her personality, you know, she's not gonna want to do this nasty shit I get used to. Some girls over here just doing all this shit and fucking me 6 ways from Sunday. I guarantee you the woman that I marry, the one that has my children, isn't going to be someone who has her fucking legs spread every day of the week she can because she's a single woman. She can do that. That's not the type of... Some people want that. Some people, I need someone who's sexual experience so I can have...
That's not the way
I don't need that now, and I'm not going to convolute my life by making myself non-vanilla by just... Yeah. And I don't need it. Like, I don't wake up in the morning like, oh, dude, I just really need some pussy. Like, that's a sad life to live. Like, I'm not doing that.
Like, even in times I was single, like, I would never consider because that's the thing. Like, you're either gonna be with someone for long term or you're gonna break up with them. Those are 2 options. So you look for somebody who you're gonna, fuck with for a long term period. I would never consider anybody who was willing to throw me the pussy on the first day I met them. If a bitch is gonna throw me the pussy on the first day, I'm good.
Yeah, dude. Like the last girl,
you gotta give me like a week or 2 to prove that you got, you're trying to figure me out. You feel me?
I even feel like a week or 2 in like my estimation is too, unless there's a lot of like the last chick I dated, like it was a mistake. Like, and I just honestly, I was just bored one day. And like she wanted to go to this hotel and chill or whatever, and like so I ended up I know what that's about. Like she wanted some dick or whatever, so like I just ended up doing it or whatever, and like I regret it because that was the day that she like became attached to me and like that she wanted to date me, blah blah, and it was like I don't know what it is about my dick or whatever, but it must be special because every girl that is in the path in my vortex for that to happen to them, and it happens, that I just don't disappoint. And I was always self-conscious about it because it's like you think about the black guy stereotype. You want like 8, 9, 10 inch, like that's not what's going on down there, and I'm not ashamed to admit it because every time it happens, I don't. It's almost like it's a detriment because she's a piece of shit. I didn't realize it, and now she's like, she knows that like, I'm a girl. If I play my cards right, I can get him in a situation where.
If I can be real, like most normal women, they're gonna see if they see a 9-inch, 10-inch dick, they're gonna be scared.
No, yeah. If look,
most normal women, they're gonna see an 8, 9-inch, 10-inch dick, 12-foot-long dick. They're gonna be terrified. They're gonna be like,
one thing.
You gotta go home. Like you gotta leave. We can't do this.
It's one thing to be in love with somebody and they're super well endowed. That's how they are naturally. They didn't use it. There's people who use penis pumps in their adolescence to grow super long. Like there's people that literally like they do that shit and it's like gross. But if you're in love with someone who is just well endowed. That's just what it is. There's people out there like that. I've heard stories from female friends.
Yeah, some people can take the challenge. Some people can't.
No. There's some people that they will learn. They will like.
Exactly.
They will learn.
Take the challenge.
Yeah, they will adjust, and because they care about this person, they're like, I know after a certain amount of time, as long as like there's some familiarity, and we're not just having sex once a week. I'm gonna be able to be. I'll be able to take this a lot better. Like
imagine having to train for sex.
But imagine a one-off, one-night stand, right? And you're used to some hung ass dude. You're gonna have that's not a 50-50 shot. It's like a 20-80 shot that some dude's gonna be 9 inches long and 3 inches thick.
And
that's
just
not
20-80 shot that a chick's gonna be ready to take a 9-inch dick.
Yeah, bro. Like
that's not normal. Most girls will, because like the thing about a woman is that if you know that pussy has power, that you know that you can get dick anywhere. So if you see a 10-inch dick, you're like, no, I'm not gonna ruin my shit for that. I'm gonna go find a dude with a regular sized dick. No, you gotta go. Like, no, this is not happening tonight.
And imagine you're such a simp that like, well, I'll just stick like half in. Like, fuck you, fuck that.
No, you're
dude.
not. You're not gonna do that. No one wants to stick half.
No, there's some dudes that will. They'll just sit there and they'll do that, and then like that's their life. Like, fuck that. I'll just what? Honestly, like. If I was in that dilemma and I just had that, like, to be honest with you, I would either live in Germany or I would make frequent trips to Amsterdam, and if I was like a pussy hound like that, like I needed it, I'd have to go pay for it. I'm not going to go and I would feel bad ruining people's daughters. I'd feel bad ruining days. I'm going to get a professional that can, like, they're going to, look, the thing is, you
have to at least warn people,
You
like,
can
hey,
go out there and
you
can find professionals in a place that you can go and have your shit taken care of. Because they'll tell you, oh, well, hey, she's, I guarantee you, if you go over there and you're hung up towards, like, look, well, this girl is who you need. She'll take care of you. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you they are not going to be offended or mad. Like, oh, why'd you come in here with this thing? Like, fucking go home. Like, no, like, you came here to spend money. They will find a way to take your money.
Yeah, for sure.
I guarantee you, bro. And also these dudes that want to like have sex.
Also,
with girls.
they have sex usually more often.
Bro, okay, so pedophiles and weirdos that want to have sex with 13 and 14-year-olds. There are countries where like 16 and 15 are the fucking legal. If you really want to do that, get on your fucking paper, go to those countries, and do what you need to do. Yeah. You can go. You know what? You
torment people.
Yeah,
but that's part of it too.
Yeah,
but power and torment.
See, now that part I can't help you with. You should recognize that and go see a fucking psychiatrist. It's one thing to be like, I would love to experience.
That's most of them, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like to even want to have sex with someone who's 16. Like if I were to go to Germany, I think the legal age is 16 over there. I would have to get tricked something fierce for me to fuck somebody who's under 18, just because my conscience is trained. And I understand who the fuck I was at 17. And also, if I had a daughter, I don't want some fucking grown man fucking my daughter.
Yeah.
Like what? Unless like she's a sex worker and maybe she doesn't have a strong support or family, or that's what her family lets her do. To each their own. But I'm just saying, like, if it was not a sex worker, a regular girl, and she's coming on to me and like she's just like rubbing my inner thighs and whatever, and I find out she's 17, like, I mean. I don't know. I don't know how the fuck I would actually. I don't like what. I don't even think I get hard. Like once I hear the words 1-7, I'm like, whoa. I mean, honestly, like you are like you know what I was concerned with it.
Ready for life.
I was playing PlayStation. I was playing PlayStation and trying to stay up as late as I possibly could. Those were my two challenges: staying up as late as I possibly could and playing as much PlayStation as I could. That's where my mind was at 17. I wasn't thinking about school. I was thinking about basketball secondary, but whenever I was off time, that's what I wasn't thinking about. Pussy, nothing. And none of that.
Yeah. So it's like you're a child. 17, like you're not ready for life at all.
If you're looking for dick like that at 17, you got a problem. Like you shouldn't be. Live life. Like I understood that I wasn't going to be a kid forever. Like I wasn't going to be out here I knew that I'd have plenty of time to feel bad behind women. I learned that early in my life. Okay, I'll have plenty of time until like even when I get married. You know, marriage is a job. It's not you get married and everything's fine. Like there's days you're gonna just want to walk out and leave, and you have to figure out a way to figure it out. Like everything is a job. Relationships are never absolute ever. It can end any day, no matter how many years and how much time. Like it's hard to do it. So I know I was going to have plenty of time to feel bad. So I wasn't worried about it. Never had a fucking girlfriend before I was 18, 19 years old. Like, I never worry about that shit. Kids these days be fucking when they're 13, 14. Even Jonathan told me, like, he didn't, like, it was super early when he lost his virginity. It was like, I just don't relate. Like, I just can't, I'm not pressed for it. Like, it offered it enough.
Yeah, I feel like
it's not appealing. Like,
even though mom and dad were annoying, it's like,
I feel like Tupac, you know what I'm saying?
Like, it was like they set up a good moral structure.
I don't want it that easy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I don't think we were really too much thinking about fucking her or even had a possibility.
There's just too many risks. There's just too many risks involved. There's too many, and also the thing is that I found out just from the time that I was around some girls that maybe
like I wouldn't even be able to get condoms.
Like no, that's the thing. Like a lot of them don't care. Like in certain situations, like where
I was aware of safe sex.
And no. They're aware of whatever. They're just like, literally like talking to guys, girls, and a couple experiences myself. Like, if you just tell a girl that you don't like the way condoms feel and I'm going to be fucking you forever, I'll pull out. They will let you. And even if they're not on birth control, they'll just let you. Like,
but I would never do that.
I know, but they'll let you. I'm saying, like, other guys have told me. I've had that experience myself, and it ended up not going. I was so uncomfortable that she said that shit to me because I was just telling her that because I was drunk, and I was like, honestly, like, because like usually when I'm with a girl and I'm dating her, I'm not using a condom. If I'm dating you and I'm claiming you, I'm not using a condom. That's like, what the fuck is the point? Like, obviously, if she's not on birth control, like, you know, precautions need to be made or whatever. But like, you know, and that's another thing. Like, why are you not on birth control? What are you trying to do? Like, why are you not? What normal woman is not on birth control? Unless you're not trying to have babies, why? There's so many of them out there. Figure out which one works. It's like an excuse. If I could take a pill, I would. They say men wouldn't take it. I would. If I could take a pill, I would. I don't want to get you raggedy hoes pregnant. Most of you aren't worth the shoes you're wearing, and the other half of you are so valuable that you think all of us are trash. Like, I don't want to get any of you fucking.
What a fucking ratio.
That's what it is, bro. Because like, I swear, that's what they've created everyone to be an enemy, and they've successfully divided men against women in a lot of ways. Women don't want to shave because they just don't want to seem like they're pleasing a man. That's like ridiculous. You shave because it's uncomfortable. If my underarm hair was uncomfortable, I'd shave that shit too. It's like, that's it. Like, the hair on my face is uncomfortable, so I shave it. If I grew a full luscious beard, in the winter times I'd be a lumberjack. In the summer times I'd shave because it'd be fucking dry and shit. Like, that's just my life. Like, it's crazy. The world's crazy. It's very jam-packed, full of weirdos.
It's full of fucking weirdos.
It's almost like we're in an age of weirdos.
I feel like every age anyone's ever lived in has been an age of weirdos.
Yeah, but hey, that's why you got to keep a gun. Okay, a lot of people here's the thing. If you're a good guy and you have a gun, it's better because guess what? If you are around someone that's bad that has a gun, then guess what? You can do something about it and you can impact someone's life.
Bang, motherfucker.
But if you don't have a gun and all you can do is run and hide like a little bitch and wait till it's over, then you don't make a difference in the world. You don't help anybody. You make no changes. You're just somebody who is there and is talking on the news.
So our message today is, if you don't own a gun, you need to get on your shit and be a good person.
Shout out to our sponsor, Time-Wise. Time-Wise.
They have gas and stuff.
Yeah, they have gas and they also have snacks. They have a lot of Nigerians that work at most of them here in Houston. I don't know if that's like because they're all owned by the same family, but you know, they seem to be generally nice and nicer than some of the Middle Eastern guys. Because the Middle Eastern guys, they just want you to give you their money and get out as quickly as possible, and you can just feel that when you walk in.
Yeah, they don't want you to walk around the store too much.
Yeah,
they
they're
watch
like,
you because they know they think that they know you're gonna steal shit.
They're like, yeah, we know you might buy something, but we also know that those fucking muffins have been there since January. So just buy your gas and cigarettes and get the fuck out. Like, oh, you're walking around, you need something.
Yeah,
okay.
You're walking around. We know. Listen, nigga, we know you want your fucking Black and Milds and your cool cigarettes.
Like, as soon as he rings up my shit, like say I'll get a drink or whatever, some chips, and then I'll get like gas or whatever. Or whenever I used to smoke cigarettes, right? I used to get cigarettes. He literally, as soon as he's done ringing it, he points at the thing. He goes, I'm talking like the ding is happening. Ding. He goes like that, like I'm pointing at, like just like a wagging of the like a half, like his fingers just hanging off of his hand, and his hands just hanging off of his wrist, and he just wags it as soon as the last ding, and it becomes available for me to swipe my card or insert chip, whatever. Right? He's just wagging every single fucking time. It's gotten to the point to where actually Kristen told me she just puts the fucking card in most places before they even ring anything up, so it's just in there. Yeah. So I was like, they don't have like. I mean, I'm gonna start.
Some places they'll tell you to kick it out.
It's at that Texaco on Keith Harrell by Mom's house, Mom's house.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That guy, those guys. Well, the bald guy specifically.
Yeah, they're dicks and they're weird, and they were.
I mean, they seem to be nice sometimes, but every time it comes to the pay, he does this. He just does this little wag.
They kept saying weird shit to Kate. They kept saying like, "Oh, beauty, Louisiana, beauty." Then like Kate was telling me he said that, so like I went in there one day and he said it, and I was like, "Hey, stop that shit." And then like I went in there next time with him, he didn't say it again.
Was that the guy with the beard, or was that the bald guy with glasses?
I think it was the bald guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a weirdo.
So I was in there.
The other guy's weird too.
I was just real chill. Like, hey, yo, stop that shit, dude. And he said he never said it or made any comments like that again.
Yeah, because he's plotting on it. He said, as soon as you guys break up and you live alone, I'm going to blow your fucking house down.
Yeah, bro.
No. That's racist, but you know what? Honestly, I mean, hey, black people steal people and fucking...
Sexist, so, you can trade it off.
Black people kill people for Jordans and other unnecessary things, and some Middle Eastern people blow stuff up. That's
I don't know
what
where
it
my
is.
family started, so we can go ahead and talk about some people sometimes, you know? We don't have any hate. We're not going to treat these people with any disrespect unless they treat us with disrespect.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I talk shit about everybody because, look, here's the thing. You can go on the internet and find racist clips of everybody being super aggressive towards black people. You can find every race of people doing that. And you can find every race of people doing it for white people, too, probably. But, like, the black ones seem to be a little bit more, like, you know, rooted in just, like, sheep think. Like, it's just like, oh, you know, you're not better than me. And the things that you do, it's almost like some white people really don't like the fact that their kids want to be black whenever it's convenient. You know? So as if they can wear Supreme,
like that their kids are listening to.
If they can wear
Drake and Lil Uzi.
Yeah, if they can wear Supreme and do their little dances and fucking date black women or black guys or whatever, dress like them, make little funny little memes and stuff, and just be black online. And say nigga when no one's around. That's all they really want. And then their parents hate that shit. Because their parents know. Most parents know what their kids do. To some
extent. Not everything, but they know a good percentage.
Yeah.
Parents will never know everything.
The gist is most parents know if their kids are a piece of shit or not. And you're either helping them or you're not. Some parents don't give a fuck. They just rather be their friends. But yeah.
And that's the thing. If you're just mean to your kids while they're growing up, I guess you could be friends with them later. Because that's what I've learned. There's a lot of fucked up shit that didn't need to happen, but there's a lot of stuff that did need to happen.
I'm either going to be friends with my kids or a prison warden, and it's going to be up to them, and I'm going to do everything I can to be reasonable. But if they want to be difficult, then that's going to be their life. Like, you're picking this, bro.
Yeah, if I ever have kids, you got to understand you're having kids. That's your dedication. That's your life now, and you got to understand you're not raising little kids that are friends. You're raising adults that have to be respectable. And give respect in a society, so they can not be a piece of shit and make the world a worse place. So
yeah, there's a major problem with accountability. Like, no one can talk about anything anymore. Everyone's just super, super, like, if it doesn't make me feel like I get it to a degree. Like, if it doesn't, like, if it's not easy, like, maybe I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to deal with the stress of that situation. I can understand that, but there's certain things that you owe to yourself and to people. Like, the reason why, like we talking about these bitches who call me back a year later, like, if you would have just been straight up with me, but like when this all started, like, as far as like, because some girls, like, they'll tell you and you don't want to accept it. Like, this one girl, I just didn't want to accept it, so like it's on me. But some girls, like, we just won't have a conversation. Like, she'll just stop talking to me, and it's almost like we talk every day on the phone for whatever period of time, and like, obviously that's gonna taper off, but it's like then weeks go by and they don't talk to you, and it's like they expect you not to have like any type of feeling towards it, and it's like they start talking to you again because the dude they were talking to isn't working out or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be dumb enough to not. Oh yeah, I haven't talked to you in 3 weeks. Obviously, since we're not dating, we were talking, we weren't even fucking, whatever. I thought we were getting to know you. That's what a normal person would think. I'm supposed to not. We weren't dating, so I didn't really see the reason. Like I've had once a girl said that to me, I was like, okay, I understand what this is, and next time this happens to me, I'm gonna just let it happen because especially if I don't like her that much. Like if she's just cute and I'm just trying to talk to her just because I'm bored, nobody else in the picture, I'm not gonna let her say that shit to me. Like, you want to stop talking to me? All right, do what you want to do. I guarantee. And then they want to call you. They want to call you back or whatever. Or maybe you text them and then you realize oh shit, they didn't answer. And it's they want to call you back, oh, yeah, it's had so much going on, and it's not whatever, blah, blah, come to find.
I had so much going on after I fucked my ex-boyfriend, and it turns out that he's basically the same piece of shit, the reason why we're not together anymore, and I want to know.
And I'm sure.
It's you're real cute, but I see why you're single.
I'm sure I've been the recipient of it. Girls have come to hang out with me rather than hang out with another guy who was texting them. I know I've been the recipient of that too. I'm not saying it happens one way, but
But that happens in general. But
like
you're
maybe,
not a bad dude. It's
maybe,
not like they're
maybe,
going to you because they're craving something.
No,
dirty.
I'm just speaking to the nature of a lot of these women out here that I've had the unfortunate pleasure dealing with. They will hop from one person to one person because it's a better situation. They're more interesting. They have an extra car, or whatever reason. It could be a shallow reason or a substantial, really wholesome reason. They will just lose interest right now for something that will work for them better now. And I know that girls have probably cut guys off to talk to me. I know that I've been cut off so they can talk to somebody else. That's one thing I will give them. A lot of girls, they don't do the multiple thing. That's, in my experience, I've mostly run into black girls that do the multiple thing. I know white girls, but in my experience, the girls that are other race that are not black, I never got the sense they were talking to more. Once they cut me off, I got the sense it was because they were talking to somebody. They made a decision. They're not going to keep me around to buy lunch for them because they're not pieces of shit.
Same.
They just don't want me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But then you end up calling me back. You end up calling me back a year later. You end up texting me back 3 months later or whatever. And it's oh, yo, how have you been? Life's just been so crazy. Oh, my gosh. I was in school and this and that, whatever, blah, blah. I was okay, so you did 2 semesters of school and you weren't fucking or partying or hanging out with anybody, and you're just... Now you can finally talk to me. That doesn't make any sense at all. Don't lie to me.
Whether it's a whole weekend or a whole month, whatever it is, you were so busy you couldn't contact me at all. You couldn't even say, hey, busy, sorry, can't talk.
And also it's
fuck you.
Girls want you to be a gentleman, and they want you to be proactive in pursuing them, right? That's what a respectable girl would expect from you, that wants a respectable relationship. Some of these girls, bro, they want you to pursue them to be their fuck buddy. They want you to take them out and whatever, and they would never date you, but they would have sex with you and chill with you and have Netflix dates with you and eat pizza and shit, but they wouldn't, they're
doing that with 4 other dudes.
Yeah, but they don't want to date you. They don't want to date anybody. Maybe it's not even you. They wouldn't date anybody, but they would have a fuck buddy. But they would never say it out loud. It has to be solely your idea. So you have to take a 50-50 shot with every girl who is resisting being your girlfriend, and ask hey, do you want to be do you want my fuck buddy? What the fuck is wrong with you? No. I thought we were trying to date. Fuck you, or you're gonna get some pussy. That's 50-50.
If you're simply looking for pussy, then yeah, that's a great plan. But if you're actually looking for
somebody, But what I'm speaking to is the fact that a respectable girl should expect the guy to push the issue if he's pursuing her. That's the natural progression of life. I am a woman, he's my suitor, he's courting me, I'm courting him, we're getting to know each other. In a regular, traditional type of situation, right?
Yeah.
That's normal to expect. But if you just want some dick and you're afraid to say that shit, something's wrong with that. What is wrong? No, I shouldn't have to work to be a fuck buddy. This is a mutual thing. This is not me trying to... I'm not a suitor who's trying to essentially convince you that I'm the best option for you and that I will love you and take care of you just as if you love and take care of me. That's what courtship is. I shouldn't...
This is just a swap.
There are some girls who will ask for it. I've had girls tell me, honestly, I was like looking for dick. Like honestly, like there's girls who have said that. But
Yeah,
there's some
like,
girls,
it's out there,
but
I
there's
guess.
some girls that like they will like go and eat lunch with you. They'll hang out with you and shit. But they're like they won't date you. Like they won't like you're not coming to my parents. I'm not telling my parents about
They
you.
want to be like treated like a
but
celebrity
they
or something.
but they want you to have sex with them. They want you. That's what they want. They're attracted to you. They want to have sex with you, but they don't want the emotional commitment. Like they don't want you calling them after y'all have sex and say she's not sleeping over. She goes home. She doesn't want you calling her before bed and like talking to her and stuff. And which is cool and everything, but she won't ask for that. It's got to be your idea. Like how narcissistic are you? How the fuck am I supposed to know that that's all you want? Like if you want to live life like a man, like sometimes you have to say what the fuck you want. You can't, we're just as capable as men. Well, tell me when you want some dick so I don't have to waste my time. If I want somebody who just to have sex with, then cool. But like, I can stop wasting my time. Like if you're going to live life like a man, be a man. Fucking say it. Like, oh, hey, I'm looking for some dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but some girls like, and it's like a crapshoot. So that's why I'm not even dealing with bitches right now. I'm not trying to play games. Like it shouldn't be hard to tell if somebody wants you to date them or if they want you to be a fuck buddy. Because essentially it's the same thing. Well, they're going to treat you the same way.
Anyone of any interest, if you're straight up with them, they'll be straight up with you.
No, but that's the thing. That's the thing.
Because
I'm never gonna look. I'm never gonna have
play
to
games with you. Why would you want to even fuck with them?
No. I understand that, but what I'm saying is, I'm never gonna have to deal with that. But I'm just talking about how it was weird.
Yeah,
how it's weird that like
it's fucked
they
up.
want to be treated like almost like men in a sense, but they don't want to do the same. They don't want to go through the same things that men have to go through.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's like saying you want to be a woman and you want to transition, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that even if you go like, all the way and you have the full physical transition, I don't think you have periods. You're never going to be you're never going to have all the experiences. That's just a fact. Whether you're considered a real woman or not by whoever is listening, doesn't matter. You're never going to experience that. You're never going to have a period.
Just facts.
You can't give birth. I mean, and there are some biological women that are born with the female parts that can't give birth, but it's not like it's not like something that, oh, I'm having a girl, I hope she can give birth. Like that's not something that's worried about. There's things that happen. People get in accidents. People are born with certain conditions. Some people have, hereditary stuff, but it's not a large percentage of people that can't have babies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. That's why we're talking about it. That's what the podcast is about. We ran a little long today, but hey.
We've been gone for a bit, so we thought we'd let it go a little longer.
Yeah, the last podcast got corrupted because Andrew was watching porn while he was editing. I told him, you can't pleasure yourself and do work. That's why people that smoke cigars always take a 5-minute break. They don't just keep working. You have to enjoy yourself separately from work.
Some lessons you have to experience firsthand, okay?
So he's admitting to what happened, just to let you guys know.
All right, I'm sorry, okay? These things happen. Thanks for stopping by our little tiny hole in the wall.
Oh, yeah, so I talked to the 6 people that watch our podcast, and they said they don't like that voice. They said you don't.
Oh.
Yeah, they said they like your raspy voice because it's more rustic.
Do you like this voice better, guys?
No, they said that's good.
I said I like Baldwin. He killed a guy. I like Baldwin killed a guy. I was going to say on the podcast before we go.
Killed a woman.
I like Baldwin killed a woman. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I didn't mean to be empowering.
Okay, so I'm sure this woman was great at her job, but isn't it crazy how every single person that dies and it's in the news, they were good at their job, they were a great person. Like, there's no pieces of shit that die. Or maybe they just don't make it to the news.
I've been saying that for years. Yeah. Because it's not good.
I'm not saying this woman was a piece of shit. I'm sure she was an angel. I'm sure she was wonderful at her job. I'm sure she was dedicated and worked very hard to get to where she was.
Not a good look.
Yeah, but the thing is that every person that dies was an angel. Every person that died, she was described as a transcendent talent. I'm sure she was. I believe them. I believe them. But I'm just saying, every person can't be at the top of their field when they die. I never heard of her otherwise. Like, I've heard of Marty Scorsese. I've heard of Quentin Tarantino. Now, when Quentin Tarantino dies and they say, he was at the top of his field for his genre, like, yeah. I'm going to believe him. People fuck with him hard. Like, okay, you can't deny it, but, like, every person can't be.
Someone dies if they're young, they were in their prime, or if they're old, they were a legend.
Yeah, or if they've made anything
Be
at
real,
all,
folks.
or if they're anything at all, they're like, I feel like that's disrespectful. Like they probably are laughing, like you niggas, man, damn, they really do this shit, man. They be hyping me up, like Pop Smoke is up in the air, like man, I was trying to be something, but shit, I was on the cusp, nigga, I ain't did shit yet, man. I appreciate him. No, my mama getting paid, man. Fuck it, bro. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she probably looking down, like, man, you nigga really is wild. I appreciate getting the star treatment. Look, I feel like Mac Miller. I feel like Mac Miller in this bitch. Honestly, I feel like Mac Miller because honestly, when Mac died, like Mac was cold. Like Mac so cold, that shit that you can't even get no more. There's some music that people heard. You can't even get that shit no ever since he died. Like that's how cold Mac is. And I felt like that nigga when I died. Like he was like an A-list celebrity. He was dating Ariana Grande. Nigga, I got to rub my fucking shits on TV, on Netflix and shit. I'm in the movie. Nigga, I didn't even. Like, we weren't even done with that shit. They put me in that motherfucker, man. I felt like a legend. I felt like the man, bro.
This is the greatest.
I'm gonna tell you this.